Hello guys. So I've actually decided to not do that form of content I was doing previously. I feel like it takes too long. Um I should really just get started on like smaller form content. I kind of feel like reading a book and then going over specific pages and paragraphs about how the author does certain things. It's going to be it's too tall of a task to do each week. And then when I'm not able to do a week, I get demoralized and I just don't post for like 2 weeks and then a month or two. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just be choosing out specific objects or subjects to draw and then drawing and posting them online while I commented over the drawings. I do want to make clear though that I'm really bad at drawing. I am not. If you're watching this thinking I'm good, I'm seriously not. I'm not saying no one's supposed to be watching these, but these are seriously just for myself to see myself get better, day by day. In the drawing I'm drawing right now, in this hand setting, I'm just getting at the rough outlines of the fingers, the skeleton of the fingers. And what you'll also see me do a lot is I'm going to be editing a whole bunch. And if for whatever reason one of these hands takes too long, I'm probably just gonna speed up through it. Speed up through it so it doesn't take forever. I feel like doing this is gonna be easier for me to post. Maybe even each day. If I get home and I just feel like I can just bang out a quick video. Depending how this whole editing process goes, how this recording goes. I'm not really a great speaker, so speaking and drawing is a lot harder than just drawing and then just taking my time cutting up portions of me speaking. The fingers poking out through the middle finger right here. And it goes down through here. And then by the pinky, it's basically gone. I've been drawing for a little over a year, a lot more, but it's not really like something I take too seriously. I just draw every now and then just because why not? I have nothing better to do. Now, I can sketch them out. I think my sketches aren't terrible. But when it comes to painting, painting is really something I've held myself back from doing. I really feel like it is a lot harder to do than just regular sketching. Obviously, it's harder to do. It's the next step, but sketching is really where I've found my little zone. I have no problem with making the outlines bolder. Adding details to what I know should be right. And if there's any times where I'm not speaking throughout the video, I'm probably just going to figure out a way to speed that up too. It's just probably going to happen a lot. I really hope that people can watch the progress that I make in my art ability through these videos. That would really be the goal. Now, unlike the rough sketch, this one does have a gap between. Now I saw my last video got more views than my first one, and I think I even got 2 subscribers, which to me is kind of crazy. Cause I'm the type of person who doesn't really subscribe to people unless I'm like actually gonna watch them. Cause I'm not really a big fan of like seeing people's content up on my screen, unless I'm really into their sort of content making. So to think that 2 people saw my video and like were subscribed is crazy to me. It might not seem like a lot to a lot of people, but to me it was weird. I felt great about it. So thank you to whoever those 2 people were. Being able to just really draw it's really a skill that I would love to master. Not just hands, but just everything. Now, for the most part, this hand is seemingly complete. Now looking back at it, the wrist does go straighter down. It doesn't really take the curve that I made. And then the wrist departs over here. Now I feel like the object I'm drawing does look better because of the shadows the person put on and also the painting. But for a rough sketch, this one doesn't look that bad. Okay, that's the first one. Mind you, like I said, I am not an artist. I want to be one day. Next. The next one is the stop one. Like I always start off with this little vertical crossing line. I start with my little lines, telling me where I'm supposed to be. And then with the pinky. And then I personally always go for the thumb first, because I feel like the thumb is really where the majority of the action is. And then after, you can just stretch out. With the thumb, you can go straight to the palm. That's where really everything's at. Now, getting the exact shape of this thumb is kind of weird. Oy, that was wrong. And that's a bit better. It's quite sharp. This pointer finger comes out very much so. One thing that I mean, don't get me wrong. I did like the content I made previously. I think it was important to highlight the books and to pick out what I thought was most important. But I find a lot of this stuff kind of trivial when it comes to the measurements between hands, because I don't know how they're able to do it effectively and efficiently when you're actually just drawing. Because you're not going to just try to measure each hand you draw, you know? That doesn't really make sense, but I would imagine when it comes to people who've already mastered this skill, they don't even have to think about it. They just already know the measurements of everything. This ring finger is lower down. His pinky finger is crown down. I do feel like when the fingers are rolled back and they're kind of in like a little fist motion, it does get easier to draw them. I'm going to clean up some of the line work on the outside. And there's the pointer finger. Now this one's kind of like the first one, but it's kind of inversed. You see a lot more of the backhand. Start off with the fingers, the lines. I think the biggest problem I have when it comes to drawing is proportions. I do feel like it's hard for me to decide when too much is too much or when too little is far too little. But that just comes with experience, I guess. Like I said, I always like to start off with the thumb. Thumb is right here. Make sure I get that shape right. I've seen a lot of people that use Procreate. I think Procreate would probably be considered the most easily accessible application when it comes to drawing. On the iPad. But I see a lot of people who I follow online. They have like these special iPads that are basically designed only to draw. And I think that stuff is cool. But my thing is, can I afford it? Yes. But why would I keep buying tech if I just don't use the one I already have? If I don't get things going with my iPad, how am I going to get things going with something like like a drawing pad? I think it would just be a waste of money. Now, if you look at the outline just by itself, you could obviously see that the pointing finger is far longer than any other finger. Probably not gonna make it that long, but and if it is, I would just like shrink it down, way shrinking down. Just like that, the pointer finger's done. Mind you, like I said, I do believe most of the details that make a drawing pop out are in the shadows. This one doesn't have any shadows. We will get there one day. One day, folks, we will get there. Deleting the inside lines. I do think I can size this down quite a bit. Actually isn't what I wanted. It also is not what I wanted. That looks alright. Another hand bites the dust. This one isn't the greatest of all hands, but it is okay. It's a-okay. Now we're going to the far right one. I believe we're going to the far right one. Yes. I think this one's going to be the easiest one of all of them because of the fact that, like I said, the fingers are curled up. And these are curled up in a manner where most of the actual finger is not exposed, so you can't even see it. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to upload this stuff. Probably am. This is shaping up to be one of the worst ones, actually. I have a job, by the way, for the people who might not know why I'm so fatigued. Like I said, when it comes to the proportions of two different things, that's where the proportion gets absolutely destroyed. I have this problem that the thumb, or how far away it is specifically, is making it harder for it to look natural. Now, all things included, this isn't the worst hand. It's certainly missing the shadows that would give it more detail, but it's okay as it sits. Starting off like I start off all the other hands, drawing the outlines, getting towards the wrist, the palm area. I'm gonna my wrist this time. Thumb being drawn. Middle finger is extenuated to show its true size. I would like to know how is it better the drawings would get if the drawings were done on one of those drawing boards instead of Procreate, or maybe if I was drawing on one of those little 3D line things. And so there's a good chance it would go by differently there. Now this hand is done. Now there's only one left. Now this one might be the most complex one out of all the ones, but it is in here. Now, one of my asked me why hands are the first thing on my art journey that I've decided to learn how to draw. There really is no reason. I just chose it. Maybe portraits and hands would have been better. Hands are really cool. Hands are certainly something I hope to learn. Now that the thumb is in place, we can remove some of the lines made to keep it in place. Looking at the fingers only and making sure I don't leave any mistakes. This one may come out, even though the middle finger is kind of off place a little bit. So it may come out better than the rest. Just like that, the last hand is officially drawn. This was a rough draft of what the videos might look like. If you stayed and watched, thank you so much. I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna be doing this form of content. If you did watch, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a great day. And for those two people who subscribed, God bless you even more. Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Peace out.